Now the thing about Photoshop and using the color range tool is you're limited to how much value it actually picks up to the color. And sometimes actually getting the true image out onto the press is very difficult. Especially if you're working in Photoshop, you already saw the limitations and how many variables there were when I was doing this by hand. Basically, if you're using the color separation programs with FastFilms, QuickSteps, or any of the other programs out there that work as an actions palette or plugin in Photoshop, you're limited to what that person creating the program thought would look good on the press. So really it's a viable tool that you can use, but it does work within Photoshop and you do have to play with it a lot. Once the image is color separated, you do have to come and you might have to combine channels, you might have to boost values, because typically it only color separates it into one program color separates it into 7 colors, one program color separates it into 8 channels or 9 channels, one will color separate it into 42 channels. So you're taking all these minute color values, you have to start combining the channels in order to take those colors down and actually get your end result of a 5 or 6 color print. Now, a good program to use is called ViewRight or Spot Process. Spot Process actually doesn't work within Photoshop and was created outside of Photoshop specifically for simulated process separations. Spot Process is a program made by the manufacturers of AccuRip. It was actually a predecessor to AccuRip, but it's a very, very good program. Fairly easy to use, has great tech support and great training videos. We're just going to show you quickly how it works. We're not going to get into the training of Spot Process because that's included with your DVD and also with the package when you buy it. The program runs about $6.95. The newer versions will be a little bit more expensive than that, but compared to some of the other ones, which are $9.95 and up, it's actually a pretty good deal. Let's show you how to use it. First, you need to have a black background, so the image that we're working with before, that Motorhead design, is what we'll use. Let's open up that same image right here in Spot Process. As it opens up, it actually color separates it at the same time. So it's running Spot Process and reading the color values of the image. Now, over here you can see the channels of the separation. And if I unselect the channels, you can see this is the white underbase. Then you have the red, the blue, yellow, purple, green, turquoise, gray, and then final black. Every single color separation it does in these 9 colors. So we have actual inks for Spot Process that you can use, or if you have a Pantone matching system, you can get the ink values of these colors and actually Pantone match your inks in order to match that. It's a really cool system that really cuts down the brain work having to do color separations and knowing what you need to use for each design, how much of this to pull out, how much of color range you want to mess with for the yellow or the red or the green. From here, we can play with it and we can adjust those levels. I'll show you a very simple demonstration of what we can do. We're going to apply the green channel to the red channel in order to create the eyes red instead of green, so we actually cut down the amount of colors in this particular print. So we just choose the highlighted selected red channel, then we go to channels, and then we'll choose apply channel. We actually want to apply the green channel to the red channel. So we select the green channel to apply, hit OK. And now if we come back over here, we'll notice that our Motorhead has red eyes because it applied the green part of the image to the red. And that's just some of the simplicity of Spot Process. Once you really get to know the program, and if you're using good quality artwork, this is a great program to use. It does your highlight, final white, and really takes a lot of the brain works out of color separations for you. So you have awesome looking prints without having to spend all your time over here messing with color values and color range tools and not really knowing how it's going to look until it gets on the press, and then having to come back to your artwork and make finalizing adjustments in order to get a good looking print. This can save a lot of time. From here, actually, you don't print your separations out from this program. You would import it into Illustrator or CorelDRAW. Either of those programs will work just fine, and you actually save this as an EPS.